It's great to have your company this Friday, the 26th of March. I'm Jessica Amir, a market analyst with Bell Direct. You're tuned in to the weekly. Well, investors continue to do the reshuffle your portfolio dance this week, buying defensive stocks in healthcare and utilities, backing economic growth stocks while continuing to move out of the tech sector. So this broad buying helped the Aussie share market lift 1.2% Monday to Thursday. That's the best gain that we've actually seen in 5 weeks. The healthcare sector was up the most for the second straight week. That's thanks to CSL shares jumping 6%, the company's best weekly gain in a year, and moved CSL shares above their 30-day moving average price, a technical signal flagging CSL could be heading higher and may head back towards $297.30, the price that most analysts think that CSL is worth. And CSL produced 800,019 COVID vaccines for Australia's rollout. And Credit Suisse upgraded CSL, expecting their blood plasma division, which is their biggest department, to grow by 10% per year, forecasting CSL shares to hit $315. Now, shifting gears to economic growth sectors, consumer discretionary, real estate, they saw a lot of love this week. Why? Well, more of us were vaccinated. 300,000 frontline Aussies got the jab. COVID-19 restrictions easing again. From Monday the 29th of March, the most populated state in New South Wales, that is, you'll see people in venues singing and dancing for the first time in a year. And wedding numbers will be unlimited. Stadiums, theatres return to 100% capacity, so good news. While in Victoria, also good news. There, workers can return to the CBD in full force. But let's look at the top 200 stocks this week to see if they've got more to give. Crown Resorts, CWN, they were a standout. Their shares rose 20% after that $8 billion takeover offer came through, valuing their shares at $11.85. Now, Credit Suisse says that offer's not really good enough because CWN shares are depressed because of the pandemic and regulatory issues. Heck, remember 7 years ago, CWN was trading at about $16.62. Credit Suisse reckons CWN is worth $13.50. Their shares are also in a bullish chart pattern from a technical perspective. Now, secondly, Graincorp, GNC, another standout this week, up 14% to $5.13. Now, GNC says earnings will lift an extra 25 mil, taking total earnings to $240 million by 2023-2024. And don't forget the ag body called ABARES said that crops will have their best year on record. Bell Potter is expecting a good harvest as well for FY21-2022, while an extra $50 million in cash is headed straight for their balance sheet after selling down some assets. So GNC, it's a Bell Potter buy, a $6.20 target, and its shares are looking bullish. Why? The 15-day moving average, the shorter term average that is, crossed the longer term 30-day average. That basically means that their shares could be headed for further growth. And looking at the top 500 stocks, the All Ords, the best performer this week went to CTT, Satire, up 26% to an all-time high. It's an online luxury fashion retailer selling Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana and Prada, perhaps some of your favourite brands. Now, this is a company that debuted on the ASX in December. It was also just added to the All Ords on Monday after CTT grew significantly in size. Now, their revenue jumped 480% in the half year. They've got a lot of repeat customers and they've just launched Afterpay payment abilities globally. Now, lastly, there's 3 key items to watch next week, guys. 1, kind to earth stocks. 2, retail sales data, and 3, the most traded stocks. Retail sales data out on Thursday. Sales expected to have fallen 1.1% in Feb. Now, that said, March sales are looking up, given mobility is improving. Job numbers were strong in New South Wales as well. But interestingly, despite JobKeeper and JobSeeker ending next month, or this month rather, next week, Citi says the outlook for retail remains strong. This is supported by the desire to take holidays and people heading back to work. Secondly, consider Earth Hour is on Saturday, the 27th of March, 8:30 p.m. your local time, putting the spotlight on taking small, simple steps to create a cleaner world. Now, at Bell Direct, we've launched a filter that screens all the stocks on the ASX, removing those companies that are deemed nasty to the environment, so stripping out companies investing in tobacco, controversial weapons, and that generate the bulk of their revenue from thermal energy coal. So, to find the kind to your earth stocks, head to Bell Direct, Research and Tools, Strategy Builder, then scroll down and click ESG stocks. Now there's pages of stocks sorted by best yearly share price growth. You can see Rebel Sports and Macpac owner, Super Retail, SUL, property owner, Vocus, and Sonic Healthcare there in the mix. Now keep in mind, the stocks featured in this filter are deemed clean according to the index provider MSCI. But if stock picking is not quite your game, Australia's first climate change ETF, ERTH, might be worth a look. It invests in companies aiming to reduce carbon emissions, companies that invest in a cleaner future like Tesla, and sustainable food. So after putting the switch back on from Earth Hour, consider stocks that are clean or the ETF ERTH to make your investing count. And lastly, for potential investing opportunities, maybe look at some of those most traded stocks across Bell Direct this week. Fortescue Metals was the most traded stock, but its shares fell 3% to a 4-month low because China is, of course, limiting iron ore imports in an effort to go green. But for those looking for dividends, maybe don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because FMG just raised $1.5 billion US so it can maintain that payout of 80% to shareholders. Outsourcing company Airtasker ART, they also saw a lot of trades. Their shares rose 161% Monday to Thursday after debuting on the ASX on Tuesday. And last but definitely not least, 88 Energy, 88E is the ticker. They saw a lot of buying there. Their shares are up over 90% this week to about 168. They're drilling at a well near oil search and are expected to deliver promising results over the next couple of days. So potential buying opportunities, look at those most traded stocks, the best and worst performers, and those kind to Mother Earth. From all of us here at Bell Direct, have a happy and safe weekend. I'm Jessica Amir. See you Monday.